Okay, Max, I guess you guys got $401,000 for the design, a redesign of a present runway, right?
Correct. So we've added $400,000 to our budget, which we started talking about this back about 2023. It's just now it's come to the design portion of it, and we need an additional $400,000 to make sure that we can start that process.
Now, what all will be done to that runway? This is the runway.
It's our crossrun runway. So it's the last time it's been touched was in 2006. 2006 is when they did a 2-inch overlay. So usually pavement for runways based on impact and what type of operations we have lasts roughly about 20 years. At least that's what the FAA will guarantee, that the next time they'll fund it is 20 years after the initial. So 20 years has come, and I would love to use the funding somewhere else. I'd like to create additional capabilities for development, but you know, we have one good runway. We don't want to rely fully on the runway. So and plus we don't want to beat that new runway up. So want to make sure that we rehab this 1836, and then we kind of split the wear and tear on both runways, prolong them a little bit longer.
So is the use kind of evened out for each runway? Or?
We try to do that. So typically we try to do 50-50 on it. A lot of our flight students that from Laternal typically like the short distance to 1836, issue of traffic. So that gets the majority of the flight students. Most of our commercial flights will get 1331 due to the fact that it has a longer distance to land, 10,000 feet versus 6110. But a lot of military operations use both. Civil, commercial use both. But we try to make sure that it's open around the same amount of time for each. So that's a 50-50 type of wear.
So the FAA grant, 90%? Is that?
This one, because it's a 26 still grant, it'll be a 95-5 match. Once we get into construction, more than likely we'll fall back to the 90-10 match unless they extend or come up with a new 95-5 match agreement.
And what's the total cost on it?
For the design, we're looking at about $500,000. For the construction, we're projecting about $8 million. Projections. I mean, those things could be depending on what that design comes up with.
Right.
But based on historical and what we're looking at, the data that we already have, we're looking at about $8 million to be on the safe side.
Yeah. But it looks like it's going to come from the FAA.
Yeah, the majority of those costs.
Payback, right?
Yes, correct. It's a reimbursement thing. So we'll request for that grant at that time. Right now, we're just going to do work on the design, see what that comes up with, and then we're talking to the FAA to make sure that we're in communication and this project comes together, and they'll be able to fund the rest of it.
Okay. And so when would it be complete, projected?
We're projecting to probably start the design here after I submit this task order that was approved today. We'll start the conversation and start talking about designing that until probably FY27, with projected to start probably FY28 timeframe, end of 28 construction.
Okay. And then projected end?
Depends. Usually, I mean, this runway, 10,000 feet, took us about a year and some change. So it really depends on the contractor. So depends on who gets that contract. So again, the good thing that we did is for when we did rehab 1331, we were able to go kind of into the safety area. So it shouldn't affect 1331 operations. Kind of like when we were doing 1331 rehab, we kind of had to shorten the runway, and it affected, lighting, markings and stuff like that. Now we should have a full runway in operations, and we'll just split 1836 in half and be able to work on it without interrupting any flight operations.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just
it really depends on weather. I mean, it depends on the contractor, weather, a lot of factors, and it shouldn't take long due to the fact that we don't have to remark or shorten runways. Part of that year that we had 1331 was we had to shorten the runway. We had to move operations back and forth, and this one's gonna be a little different. So once they start, if it's good weather, everything's perfect, things could be shorter than that, or depends. You just never know.
So this runway will be done in one shot, basically?
Should be.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It might be broken up into phases, might be the best case scenario. Typically in the past, back historical data is they used to bid in phases. So we would do one section and go back to court and bid the other phase. But now the FAA allows us to do the whole project, the whole set. So it could be really simple, it could be really fast, or it could be very difficult. We don't know. We're hoping for the best. We were thinking most of the projects that we've done that it was going to be smooth. We here it's going to be smooth, it's going to be fast. The next thing you know, you hit one bump another, and the next thing you know, you're getting close to that deadline. So it really depends. So we're hoping for the best, but I don't want to promise you 6 months, a year, and then all of a sudden here we are and customers are angry. So
Yeah, that's true. All right. Anything you'd like to add?
no, I mean, it's just one of those things that it's hard to get funding for stuff like this. And again, we're not like DFW or bigger airports for that to have that funding in place with everything else. So we kind of have to pick and choose when. And unfortunately, it's been 20 years since we've touched this runways. And obviously, we do some maintenance, try to keep it for 20 years, but it's run its course. And here we are, and we got to do that. And I think it's going to be good long term, back to back on our runways, a couple years of separation. That's a good 20 years of pavement that the pilots will be happy. Unhappy during the process, but happy, that your aircraft is going to land safe and good pavement, and that's a good thing for everyone.
All right. Thanks a lot, Max.
Yes, sir.